Yes, welcome back. Now, got a good one to run through today, as we are back pushing and we are back on cycle and it's leg day. Now, morning coffee has been acquired. Delicious. I've been on my morning walk already, 2k steps boxed off, and now we are just making meal number one. Now, you know the score, eggs and sourdough as always. However, I have changed this meal a tiny bit. So, I have actually put in Greek yogurt, both in meal 1 and meal 6 as well. The reason for this is I want to have a little bit more variety within my protein sources, and I have run out of whey at the moment as well. So when my whey does get restocked, when I place my next ESN order, which will be the first, so just shy of like 3-4 days, I will sort of have meal 1 as 50-50, so half whey, half Greek yogurt, and then meal 5 will just be full Greek yogurt as well. I think pre-bed it definitely makes sense to have some casein in there as well, and as long as I'm okay to digest it, I'm going to put it in there. So my blood's done the other day, things are all good, as they should be. I did 8 weeks on 100 milligrams of test, so they should have been all good, and they were. So we are back to pushing, which I'll run through the cycle later on. But yeah, meal 1 is cooking. I've got a good day today. It's obviously leg day, which is number 1. But the most important thing, well, not the most important thing, but a very cool thing today, is we have Mr. Cannabolic, Mr. Joe Gown, on the podcast later. So I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a really good chat, and I can't wait to get it out. You guys have given me some really, really good questions. So yeah, I'm going to tuck into meal 1 and to get my sourdough cooked, eggs cooked, and I'll see you at the table. Whoosh, look at that beauty. Now, 2 large eggs, 100 sourdough, 250 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, 50 grams of pineapple, and then 2 grams of ESN designer flavor powder, and a black coffee, and then on the morning subs. Right, meal 1 down, and now we are out for the digestion walk. Now, something that I've implemented, I can't even say my words, implemented through the health phase was making sure that I walk after every single meal, and just doing that, my digestion has been significantly better. Now, I've never been someone who has ever struggled with digestion by any means, but it's definitely made a massive difference, and the food is digested much better. So something I'm going to keep in. So 2k steps done prior to meal 1. I do another 2 to 3k now. I like to get them done nice and early. Really, I like to have like 6k done pre-training. I do about 1.5, 2k in the gym. Then I'll just like do, little walks after my last 2 meals. Now, one thing you'll notice is that I am bald. I have got no hair anymore. Now, if you're a loyal subscriber and you've been watching a while, you'll know that this is my true self. I'm a baldy at heart. Now, I love the mullet and I love the hair and I miss it, but it was just becoming too much to maintain, and like just becoming a ball ache. I'd wake up for work and I'd have to like spend like 25 minutes getting it ready, so I didn't look like a total wreck at work. So yeah, the buzz is back. Feel fresh, and there's no hassle at all. I haven't really got to do anything. I haven't got to do anything. Like I say, we've got the podcast with Joe at 10:30, so I do actually need to eat my meal half an hour early today. But it's not a biggie, because I've just came out of diet and my appetite is firing on all cylinders now. I'm hungry literally half an hour after I eat, so it's perfectly fine. But yeah, so we have bumped up to 6 meals now. Obviously with me pushing the protein quite high, so I'm on 320 grams right now. It doesn't really make sense to be on 5 meals when pushing up, because that's a lot of protein per meal, and obviously as the total sort of volume of the meal creeps up, with there being like 250 grams of like raw weight meat, they're going to be quite hard to eat and quite hard to digest, which is the number 1 thing. Now, I don't struggle with eating food, but digestibility, when you're eating say 125, 150 grams of rice, 150 grams of 150 grams of fruit, and like 250, 275 grams of like a meat, they are big meals. So I'd rather eat like standard amounts, split across 6 meals. So that is exactly what we're doing now. Structure is the same as it always has been, just the addition of the last meal, which is Greek yogurt pre-bed. And I'll literally have that between like an extra hour and a half after meal 5. so it doesn't really affect the routine too much. But when you are eating 6 meals, your routine does need to be bulletproof, or you'll very quickly run into problems and you're eating late or whatever. So you need to make sure that you're waking up on time and your day is in order. Now, in terms of the diet, like I say, we lost 20 pounds. It was very smooth. My food didn't go low. Cardio and steps stayed the same as they were in the off season. So 20 minutes on rest days, 10k steps across both days. And we didn't really need to push at all. Chipped off 20 pounds, nice and lean. I'm not shredded by any means, but we are very good nick. Glutes are got lines in, midsection is nice and tight, quads are nice and veiny. And yeah, I'm happy where we are for sure. And I'm happy to start pushing. So yeah, I'll catch you guys with meal number 2, and I'll get a little bit of the podcast recorded as well. Oh, tickle, 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 tickle. Right, podcast wrapped up with the boys. Very good one. Absolutely mega chat. Can't wait to get it uploaded. Now, pre-workout time, pre-legs. Same shit as always. Chicken, rice. 125 rice, 150 chicken, 100 banana, 2 grams of pink salt, 2 grams of low salt as well. Now, I didn't show meal 2 purely because I forgot. Now, meal 2 was 100 rice, 200 chicken, 100 veg, 100 pineapple. I'll put a photo up screen somewhere there. But yeah, pre-workout time now. It is 20 past 12. Look to be training about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Pendulum, pivot, everything. Big old session today. Now I'm going to tuck into this and enjoy because I'm very hungry. It appears that so is he as well. Now, see you guys at the gym. But then, so always before the gym, I get the post-workout ready and then I just make it fresh at the gym. So 100 grams of ESN rice pudding, 1 gram of low salt, and then 100 grams of berries, which is a mix of blueberries and raspberries, and then 60 whey as well. So I'll eat that pretty much within like 15 minutes of doing the session. Normally I train, I'll hit like a 2-3 rounds of posing, have post-workout, do like 1k steps at the gym, and I'll get on the drive home, shower, and then it's like time for meal 4 as well, meal 5. That's why my post-workout is not necessarily massive. There's no fat, digests super quick. And then in terms of the intra, I'll show you that in the car. All right, good secured. It is now time to train. It is going to be a fucking good session today. Pendulum, pivot. Oh, I can't wait. I was literally been thinking about this since I walked out of the gym last Sunday, and I tell you what, last night it was definitely present, you know, that thought of training today. Now it's gonna be a good one for sure. Obviously my execution is like significantly better than it ever has been. We're pausing both sets on the pendulum and the one set on the pivot as well. Now it's gonna be a good one. 5.5 plates pendulum and a 10 plate paused pivot as well. Now I can do 12 plates, I can do 6 plates on the pendulum, but ultimately that is not what is going to grow my legs the most, and obviously that is what we want. Now with me competing next year, I need to be so analytical with my training. I need to make sure that every single session I'm stepping forward, yes, in strength, but most importantly tissue. I need to build a lot of muscle. I need to add a lot of muscle onto this frame to be competitive where I want. So here we fucking go, boys. Right, game time. Alright, intro time. So 20 grams EAA and 25 grams of hydro low as well. So hydro low. So just 1 serving of each. It's about 20 carb, 20 protein as well, and that'll be necked all in one between the halfway line between the pre and post workout. Now there's no need to overcomplicate it. Just sip it when you remember. Some point in between. Usually I do it after leg extensions. It's pretty much like my 3rd exercise into the session, and then that sets me up nicely between like that, the pre and post. Alongside this, we will do a meal of L-carnitine pre-workout, along with a scoop of crank as well. Just 1 scoop, it's enough. About 200 megs of caffeine, but it blows your head off. It's a good pre-workout, and you don't get too much of a crash afterwards either. And then pre-workout, we'll take 1 ml of L-carnitine from Engineered Muscle.
So I can dance it like a bubble. Iced out, nigga going crazy. Paper route is the label getting paid.
Alright, so that is legs wrapped up. I actually wrapped up about an hour ago, but I ate my post and now I'm home. Now, definitely in the bin, definitely fucked, but that is how you know you had a good leg day. Now, isolations, we matched on the leg extension, progressed on the hamstring curl, pendulum up 1, leg press up, well, not up in numbers, but up in weight. So last week was 9.5, this week is 10 plates for both pause set on that and the pendulum. Now, a very, very good session, and I'm smoked. I've got 2 more meals left to meal prep, but that is pretty much it for the night. We've got a very easy night. I make sure I get everything done in the morning, so I haven't really got to do too much tonight. Now, yeah, a really good one, and that is a great way to end off the week as well. Now, rest tomorrow, very much needed rest, and then on Tuesday we have upper again. Now, I've got about an hour until my next hour and 15 until my next meal, so I'm going to finish a film that I've started watching last night, which is called Apex. Very, very, very good film. I'm going to watch that alongside editing today's training clips and starting to edit this as well. And then I will see you guys with meal number 5. Alright, so meal 5 going down. Beef, veg, potatoes, and then we're prepping the rice for tomorrow's rest day as well. So I'll catch you guys when it is all plated up. Very much looking forward to this meal. I'm fucking starving. Oh, look at that. 200 beef, 5% beef mince, 400 potato, 1 gram of pink salt, 1 gram of low salt, 50 berries, 50 pineapple, 1 cup magnesium, 1 cup digest, and of course, the treat, Diet Coke. Easy as that. Rest day meals, 1 to 3. The pineapple there, the veg, chicken and rice, Greek yogurt, the berries I put fresh in the morning. Got my pills in the morning drink, so when I'm working 5 AM, I do not want to be doing anything in the morning, so I literally wake up 15 minutes before I leave the house. Wake up, I do my round of posing, check in, check my blood pressure, fasted blood glucose, then they are straight in the bag and I'm off to work. Alright, you know the drill. 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 12 grams of sleep, mixed with about 300 ml of boiling water from the daily 6 litres. So I pretty much cap off my water pretty much after training. Like I'll be 4.5 litres down by the time I finish training. And final like 1.5 litres I just sip across the evening because I don't want to be getting up to pee, piss, wee, whatever you want to call it. I just pretty much I want to be able to sleep throughout the good night and throughout the entirety of the night. And like with me, I very rarely get like 8-9 hours sleep, so I want my quality of sleep to be tip top. Obviously all these bits, ESN, going harder to save on your money. Boom, meal 6, 400 0% fat Greek yogurt, 150 berries, which is a mix of raspberries and blueberries, 10 grams of 90% dark chocolate, and then 10 grams of almond butter as well, which I am using this one, which is very, very, very good. And then 2 grams of ESN designer flavor powder. Now, like I mentioned earlier, with running the protein higher, it does make sense to do 6 meals now. For one, just for nutrient partitioning, but also just the main thing, which obviously is with digestion. I feel like digestion is number one, especially when you're pushing up. As soon as your digestion goes, your off season is finished. So I didn't really get a chance to run through what the exact totals are, so I'll do it now quickly off the top of my head. 323 protein, 53 grams of fat, and 555 carb. Now, all I've done is I've increased food by 50 grams of carbs and 7 grams of fat. No, 8 grams of fat. So food hasn't seen a massive increase, but I don't want to keep dropping weight, as the food that I was on previously when I was dieting was obviously allowing me to drop weight. The main thing here is maintain this weight whilst I let this cycle saturate, and then I'll start titrating food up as the gear is saturated when my body is, you know, like ready to grow. So with this next 3, 4, 5 weeks, body composition is only going to get better as the gear does saturate and we maintain this body weight. Now, in terms of the cycle, 450 milligrams of Test-E a week. So that is obviously now the highest I've ever ran. Last push we did 400, and I started to run into a little bit of side effects. So I put in some mast, but this time, instead of using mast or primo or any of that, we're going to be using EQ as well. So 150 EQ and 450 megs of test. Now, I am front loading the EQ because obviously it does take longer to saturate. So from there, I will daily microdose along with the testosterone, which I'm already doing. Alongside that, 25 megs of Probiotic a day. And in next week when it lands, we're going to be putting 4 IU of GH pre-bed as well. Alongside, obviously, telmisartan, metformin to control things. But yeah, that is it. 6 meals. It's now time to eat. Let's go.